So this lecture is about presenting your research finding. Okay, so when you do your research, then you have to present your finding in the form of a research paper, or in the form of a report, or when you are writing your thesis. So you will present your finding in the thesis. Okay. There are different ways. So we have to document our finding, okay, in different form. And this is the last step of research study, because first step is that you will think about your research question, your objectives, and then you collect your data and you estimate your model. So all step you did, and then the final step is that you have to write your report, okay, research report, and this could be in the form of a research paper, or thesis, or in any other form. And when you are writing your research report, you have to be very careful, because if your research is even if high quality, but due to poor report, such researches do not get popularity. No? So it will not be very popular if there are so many mistakes in presentation. There are suppose typo error, grammatical error, and then error in the formatting of tables and table numbers and section numbers. So if there are so many errors, even if you did a very good estimation, but your research will not be popular because of all these errors. So this is the structure of a research article. Okay. You see, we write research article that are published in research journals, academic journals, or professional journals. So in the research article, we have a title. Okay. Then we write the name of author. There could be a single author. There could be a group of authors. So principal authors and co-author. So the first author is the principal author, and the other authors are the co-authors. So your article could be, a joint publication. It could be single author publications, and then we also write the affiliations, and the institution of the authors. No? Then we write the abstract. So this is 200 to 300 words abstract of the author, and we already discussed what you have to include in the abstract. Okay. Then in the article, research article, we write the keywords. Okay. So 4 or 5 keywords you have to write, and then we have introduction. Okay. We will write the introduction, then review of literature, and then methodological framework. So in your report also that you will submit to me, so in the report you will write the title, author, you student. Okay, so the name of the student would be written. There are two students compile this report, so you will write the name of 2 students, and if there are 3 students, then there will be 3 students. And actually your affiliation is that you are a student of the Department of Economics, University of Karachi. Then you will write abstract. Okay, 200 words to 300 words abstract I want in your report that you will show me in next class. You will also write keywords. Okay, 4 or 5 keywords for your, this keywords would be after abstract. And then you have your introduction section. Okay, I already discussed that in introduction you will write background of the study, you will write the current situation, you will write your research question, research objective, significance of the study, okay, and the structure of the report, that your report is divided in how many sections. Okay, and then you will write review of literature section. Okay, and after this you have the methodological framework, so you will write your model. Okay, and you will follow this pattern. Okay, this format. Okay, don't disturb the pattern. Then next to review of literature, we have results and discussion. Okay. So in methodological framework, you will write your model and you will explain the variables, and you will also write your data sources from where you collected the data for your study. And then in the result and discussion section, you will present the preliminary data analysis. For example, you made some graph, you made some diagram, you have scatter plot, you have descriptive statistics, you have correlation matrix. So all these will come here. Okay, result and discussion. Then your model estimation result, if you have used OLS and you got the regression result of the model, so here you will present in this section. Then you will give conclusion of your study, and you will discuss policy implications, and you will discuss the direction for further research. Okay. After this, you will write references. Okay, and then your references should be in alphabetical order, the author name. Okay, and in the references, you will write the author name, the year of publication, the title of the study, the title of the book that you use, or you cited in the article, and then the name of journal, volume number, issue number, page number, all these you will mention. And if there are some footnotes or endnotes, maybe there are some definitions or some additional information that you don't want to keep in the text. Okay, then you keep those extra information in footnotes or endnote. Okay, so footnote appears in the text below the write-up. Okay, and then endnotes will appear after references. And then we have acknowledgement. If you want to acknowledge someone, okay, we also write the acknowledgement, a brief acknowledgement, those who help you for this research paper or research article. Okay, you have to follow this structure for your research article that you will submit to me. Then you have to edit your paper. Okay, so a journal article is normally written in past tense. You can also use present tense while you're discussing the findings and results. And there are some statements that are timeless. For example, some theoretical statements that are timeless, so you have to use present tense. Like there is theory that supply creates its own demand. Okay, so it's a timeless statement. So you will not change the. Then we have to edit and rewrite. So that's why I say that you have to get a printout of your paper and read it, and then make corrections again, get a printout. So all this you have to do. Maybe first draft is not as good, then you will get the second draft, you will get third draft, fourth draft. You will see the improvement. Every next draft you will see that there is a significant improvement compared to the previous draft. Okay, so and then you have to write at a levels that is appropriate for your audience. Okay, and we have to use short sentences. If you have a sentence which has more than 40 words, then you can divide it into two sentences. Okay, also you have to check your grammar, spelling and punctuation errors. Okay, this is very important. And there is a software, Grammarly. So in Grammarly, you can check your grammar error, spelling error and punctuation error, all these errors. So I suggest you to check your report in the Grammarly software before submitting it to me. Okay, so you will find your error and correct it. And you have to be careful because there are some mistakes that this software cannot catch. So you have to check by yourself. You have to use the software that will check. So double check, because for any document, proofreading is very important. Okay, so there must be a proofreading. In your report, you have 3 members, so each member get a printout, or each member look at the report separately and mention the errors, and then group leader, make a final draft of the report. Then this is the structure for research report when you get a project. So for a project research report, we have executive summary, we have introduction, we have research methodology, and then we have discussion on finding and conclusion and with recommendations and references. So when you apply for a research project, and then you will get the grant for that project, and then you work on that research project, and finally you will submit the research report of that project. So this is the format of that research project. Then we have a structure of thesis. So if after your MEF you want to continue your studies and you want to do MPhil or PhD, so this is the structure of a university thesis. So in the thesis we have a title page, okay, cover page, and in the cover page you have title and the name of the student, name of the institution, all this, and then we have approval page. So your research supervisor will approve your thesis, and that approval page is also there in the thesis. And then we have acknowledgement page where you will acknowledge all those who help you during your thesis work. And in the thesis we also have abstract. So thesis abstract is not a short, we have extended summary of the thesis. Then we have table of content of thesis and the list of tables. All tables that are in the thesis, you will make a list of all those tables and you will mention the page number of all those tables. There will also be a list of figures. So all figures that are in your thesis, you will make a list, and then you will write the corresponding page number of the figures. And there is a list of acronyms. So you used abbreviations in your thesis, for example OLS. So then this will be included in the list of acronyms. You will write OLS, and then you will write that this means ordinary least square, okay, like this. So all acronyms that are used in the thesis, you will make a list of those acronyms. Then we have the chapters. Okay, it depends whether there are 5 chapters, 6 chapters, 8 chapters in your thesis. So you will write your thesis and their chapters and the titles. For example, chapter 1 is introduction, chapter 2 is literature review, chapter 3 is modeling framework, chapter 4 is discussion and results and discussion, and chapter 5 is conclusion and implication. Okay. So then we have references and appendix. So in the appendix, you can put additional information. Okay, and you will provide references. So all those work that were cited in the thesis, you will give their full reference in the references section. And then there are subsection of each chapter. Okay, so you will write all the subsections. Then once you made the document for your research work, whether it is a research article or whether it's a thesis, then you have to make oral presentations. Sometime when we write article, we make oral presentation in some conferences. Okay, maybe it's a national conference or international conference. Okay, or we also make a presentation of your research work in some seminar, okay, and some symposium. And if it is a thesis, then you have to make a presentation of your thesis. This is called the final defense. So when a thesis is written, then you know make a defense of your thesis. So in some countries or in some universities, the final defense is open to the public. Anyone can come to listen to you for your thesis work. Okay, so and then normally the presentation in the conference is presentation time for the conference is 15 to 20 minutes, and then it is followed by question answer session. Okay. And for presentation we make PowerPoint slides. Okay, and sometime we also make poster presentation. Okay, so if it is not oral presentation, then you make posters, and then there is a place in the conference, so maybe there is some room in the conference where you can put your posters, and then you will make your presentation through posters. So oral presentation is possible, poster presentation is also possible. Then
सर स्टूडेंट वेटिंग कर रहे हैं लॉबी में, उनको ऐड कर लें.
Let them wait. Okay, so then we have scientific misconduct. Okay, in the scientific misconduct we have plagiarism. Okay, and this means that you are using ideas, writing or drawings of other as your own. So you have to avoid plagiarism, because there are copyright issues. Okay, and you cannot use someone else's work as your own works. So you have to be careful about this plagiarism. And now there are some software that can be used. For example, in university, Turnitin software is used to check plagiarism. And what Turnitin give you, it will just give you the similarity index. So it will show you those part of your document that are that has matching to some other document. Okay, so and it will be shown with different colors. Okay, and for
सर थ्योरी जो हमने लिखी है वो तो सेम ही होगी ना सर? अगर हमें कोई थ्योरी मिल गई किसी वेरिएबल से रिलेटेड तो सेम ही होगी सर. उसको
let me complete, then there will be question answer session. Okay, write your question. Okay, so whatever you have written, for example, if someone copy and paste a paragraph from some place, some other document, and put it in your own document, so it's very easy for Turnitin to trace that paragraph, and it will show you with a color to that paragraph, and if you click on that, you will reach to that document that this paragraph is copied from this document. So you cannot just cut paste things from other document and then paste in your document. You have to be very careful. There are some free, this is Turnitin is subscription based. You don't have the license. We have the license. We put documents in Turnitin and we get the result. For you, before submitting your report, you can use some online free document software to check plagiarism in your document. Okay, and then you have to work on that to remove plagiarism. Then there is also fabrication and falsification. Fabrications means that you are cooking the data. Okay, so making up, no? So making something is not, if your results are not coming as per your expectation, and then you just change. So, for example, if you run the irrigation in your eViews, you got a result and the sign is negative, you want positive, you just remove the negative sign. So this is fabrication, no? You are changing the result. So what we believe that a researcher would be unbiased, okay, and whatever results are coming, the researcher will report those results, and he will be very fair. The researcher will discuss the limitations of the study, okay, but you will not change the numbers, no? If you are changing the number, if you are changing the results and making it by this is fabrication and falsification. And then you have to be careful, no? Maybe if you are reviewing your literature and the author did not say that, and you are mentioning the name of author, that this author says this, so again it's a falsification, no? You didn't go through to that paper, and then from someone else review of literature you just copy and paste in your review of literature, and you don't know the paper, and you didn't read the paper. So this is also falsification, no? Then this is a checklist. You have to be very careful about this checklist. So this is a checklist for your manuscript that you prepare. So what you have to look at, your conclusion provides closure for the reader, no? So sum up, no? And then the guideline for citation and references are followed, no? So I already said you can follow one referencing style, you can follow APA referencing style. Okay, just look at to the website of the APA, you will find that how the works are cited and how you will write your reference section. Okay, then you have to relate. You have related the citations and references one by one. So you cited work in your paper, and then you gave the full reference in the reference section. So you have to cross-check your citation with the references. Suppose you cited a work, but its reference is not given, then it's a problem, no? Or you gave a reference of an article, but you have not cited that article in your text. So again, there is a problem. So that's why you must cross-check your citation with references. Then you will check the date in the references with the date that of the citation in the text. Okay, suppose in the text you are saying Wahid 2009, but in the references you are giving the Wahid 2008. So then it means there is a contradiction in the year. Now which one is correct? 2008 is correct or 2009 is correct? Okay, so that's why you have to check author name, you have to cross-check author name, you have to cross-check year. Okay, then you have to read and edit your manuscript very carefully. As I said, if you are 3 members, it means each member should read the report very carefully, and you have performed the spell and grammar check, okay, using some software, just like I said, Grammarly you can use to check the spellings and grammars and punctuation error. Okay, all this. Then your margins are set appropriately. Okay, and you have numbered all the pages. Okay, page numbering should be there in your report, and you have followed all the author guidelines. Whenever we submit our paper to some research journal, so there are author guidelines. So the researcher should follow the author guideline that are given on the website of the journal. And then you have spelled all acronyms in full when mentioned the first time. So first time when you are mentioning acronym, then first time you have to spell it full, no? And then you can use the acronyms in the text. Suppose you are using OLS. First time you say ordinary least square, in the bracket you will write OLS. Then after that you will not write again and again ordinary least square. You will just write OLS, because first time you already mentioned that OLS means ordinary least square. Okay. And then you have been consistent in the use of tense, and you have checked the plagiarism of the final draft. So these are the guidelines that you have to go through when you make your final draft.